Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys who are new here, my name is Levi. Today's video, I was gonna basically explain to you guys how cardio can actually make you stronger and overall perform better in whatever physical activity that you're trying to perform. Obviously on this channel, you see a lot more of like endurance and lifting, so I'm gonna kind of stick to that as much as I can. More specifically, today we're gonna be talking about how endurance can actually increase like your strength and your lifting performance, but again, it can improve everything else as well. One of the common misconceptions that a lot of people have about cardio is that it takes away from your gains, it takes away from your strength, which is quite the opposite of what is actually true of what cardio can do for you. So a lot of the times people don't think of what actually goes into cardio, what happens to your body through cardio. And one of the things that happens with your body when you do cardio is that it goes through adaptations. And one of the adaptations that it goes through is that your capillary beds, which is like the transport of your blood, like they help to transport blood in your body. We'll get more into that later. I'm gonna warm up and get ready for this HIIT circuit that I have today. All right, so took us, well, probably closer to 22 minutes and a half. I went and grabbed water and then I was like, oh, I need to stop my watch. But we moved roughly a mile on my Garmin. Our heart rate was 93.8 miles. And then we did 2.2 miles on the bike right here. So we did 3 miles in that 22 minutes, which is pretty good, but it's not that great when I think about the fact that I wasn't running. However, the assault bike is like, this called the, I can't remember, there's another name for it. It's like the hell bike or something like that. I could say it definitely feels like that. But today I switched it up a little bit. I went from a 1-to-1 ratio for the cardio. So that would mean like 1 minute off, 1 minute on. But before I was doing like 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off. Today we did a 3-to-1 ratio. Because I told you guys in a previous video, I feel like I need to bump it up just a little bit because I feel like I'm at that point now where I can bump it up a little bit and push myself to that next threshold that I need to hit. But one of the reasons, aside from the adaptation, or more specifically I should say, is the adaptation that we're primarily trying to make, aside from like obviously the capillaries expanding, mitochondria getting more dense, is we're more specifically trying to increase our VO2 max. That's the maximum amount of oxygen that our body can utilize within the workout. Because like I said, the capillaries are going to expand, allowing for more oxygen, which overall just increases, again, the amount of maximum oxygen that our body is able to use. So in other words, increasing our VO2 max, like I literally just said. One of the things about VO2 max is it's a huge indicator of longevity, believe it or not. Obviously outside factors like cancer and stuff are not really prevalent when that's involved because those are things that are out of our control. However, one of the things we can control increasing our longevity is increasing our VO2 max. Aside from it increasing your lifts, increasing your strength, increasing your hypertrophy, increasing your speed, can also increase your longevity. But it's cool to be bigger, faster, stronger. That's always gonna be my goal. But I also wanna live a long, healthy life. And if increasing my VO2 max can do that for me, that's something I'm gonna try to always prioritize. Right now is a new protein flavor by Transparent Lab Sugar Cookie. This place, if you guys follow my Instagram, second on my favorite protein powders that they have on their website, which is a pretty good placing. The only reason it didn't get first above the vanilla oatmeal cookie is simply because it was too sweet for me. Like, I like flavorful proteins, don't get me wrong, but for me, I kind of like something that's honestly not that flavorful. And
what?
I know that kind of sounds weird. Maybe not flavorful, I should say, but something that's just too sweet. I'm not like a big sweet tooth kind of person, and this is pretty sweet. And I mean, it's good. I mean, it was good enough to get second, but again, it was just
too sweet. That's why I didn't get number 1. But I want to show you guys it because a lot of you guys might be like, oh, I'm looking for a flavorful protein out there. If you guys are, this is definitely the way to go. So figure I'd show you guys that new flavor. KillBuillt will save you 10% off. I'm not too sure if this flavor is like a limited time just because of the holidays or whatnot. So I'd go check it out. I'll put the link down below in the description. This is our post-workout meal today. You guys have seen it before. If you haven't, welcome. We got some sourdough I just got toasted up. Then we got some non-fat Greek yogurt that I'm gonna put honey on, and some ground beef. I kind of combine it to like make a weird sandwich thing. You guys have seen it before. It's really weird and very intricate. One of my favorite meals, believe it or not. Good post-workout meal because we got the carbs, we got the protein, we got the quick sugars, which is also a carb from the honey, and we also got some good protein and some healthy fats from the beef. We got the protein as well. We got a lot of protein in this meal, believe it or not. If you guys want an interesting, intricate post-workout meal, it's the way to go. Oh yeah, it is that time once again. I know what you guys are thinking.
How do you still not have a stand for this damn thing?
And my answer to you is I'm slacking. Slacking really hard. And I also just haven't used her in a long time. So is what it is, man. It is what it is. But anyway, in the topic of today's video, I actually lost a lot of the audio from when I was in the gym doing talking points, and it really pissed me off when I went back through the footage and saw that. Didn't know until I sat down and edited it, so that's just gonna be a reminder for me when I'm out recording to kind of go back and listen through the audio just to double check that it's there. So I lost a lot of it, so I'm gonna go over more of it right now, or I should say kind of like the entirety. I only covered a little bit of it in the gym and stopped it short because that's kind of where I lost the audio. But before we get into all this, I just want to make an emphasis on why I made this video. And it's because I used to be one of those people that was not informed and didn't have the knowledge that I do now about cardio. Now that I do, it's really opened my eyes, and I think this video is serving a greater purpose. In other words, just like helping you to not be so narrow-minded, because I used to be someone who's a huge antagonist against cardio. I kind of liked it at one point earlier on in my teenage years, and then once I got to like well, probably more so like 20 to like 21, really didn't like it, you know, and is what it is. I dated girls too, not at the same time. I've just dated girls in my past as well where they were long distance runners, and I always gave them crap for cardio, not knowing anything about it. And now that I know a lot about it, I can see how beneficial it is to, you know, putting on muscle, strength, and a whole lot of other things. So that's what we're gonna talk about in this part of today's video. So I'm gonna kind of pick up where we left off in the beginning of the video, talking about capillary beds, and then tie it all together with everything else that I have on the whiteboard. So like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, one of the adaptations that our bodies go through is that our capillary beds expand when we do cardio, and that is because our body and brain is realizing like, hey, if we're gonna keep, you know, putting this demand on the body, we're gonna have to supply it with more oxygen, more energy to continue to perform this. So it starts going through adaptations, and one of those being the capillary beds expanding. And when those capillary beds expand, they allow for more blood to flow through your body. And if there's more blood flowing through your body, that means that more oxygen is going along with it. So right here, we have more oxygen going with it. We also have more energy going along with it as well, and that energy being ATP. And if we're having more oxygen and more energy, we're going to get a greater output, not just in the cardio realm, but also in like the, you know, weight room. Like we're also gonna get it there. Just because our capillary beds expand doesn't mean they only expand for cardio. It means just in general they expand. So we're gonna be getting more oxygen and more energy during our workouts as well, which can be, again, beneficial to strength. I hope you can see that now, like how if we're getting more blood flow to the muscles, if we're getting more blood flow to everywhere else in our body, we'll just have a simply higher output because of that. The supply of more oxygen is called your VO2 Max. It's the maximum amount of oxygen that your body uses for a workout. You guys may have heard it before a lot in like the realm of cardio and whatnot. Now I hope you guys can see how cardio can actually benefit you in putting on strength, muscle, and all that from the adaptation that your body goes through, which improves your VO2 Max, which essentially gives you more oxygen, more energy, which increases your overall output. I wrote down here at the bottom of the board that, yeah, you can do too much cardio. There is such thing, kind of like how you can do too much lifting, or just too much of anything can be a bad thing. And so, yeah, if you do too much cardio, you can fatigue your muscles and they're not gonna wanna work for you later on. How much is too much? There's no real specific number to put on it. I would say I try not to do over 20 to 30 miles a week and no more than like 2 HIIT sessions a week. So I try to keep it somewhere in that realm or a little lower than that. That's just something that works for me. Again, there's no specific number. I think we all know when there is too much. I would say like if you're an average individual, probably like 10 miles a week and 2 HIIT sessions is probably something that I would aim to hit. That is going to do it for today's video. As you can also see, guys, I have this cast on, which just got in the way there for a second in the video. It's not actually a cast, it's just like a brace sort of thing. You'll hear me explain it in the next video. I essentially just sprained my wrist. It sucks. I'll go into more detail on it in the next video, but that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys liked today's video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button because you guys know I will be back. And as always, die trying to do to love. The sky's the limit. I'll see you guys all in the next one.